It says I am live. Hook, can you hear me, buddy? 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Just gonna have to shut my door because I'm letting in all sorts of smells from outside, which are not great for bourbon reviewing, I guess. Wow, come here, little boy. Look how big my wieners have got. Fucking huge, eh? Hey, bourbon narcissist, how's it going, man? Can you hear me? Testing, testing, 1 2. Wiener. Get out of here. Yeah. So we'll get into the whole thing. Hey, Alpha Hoss, how's it going, man? Sounds like we're all going good. I guess you guys can hear me. So yeah, nice. So it sounds like they dropped Jack 14. I was really hoping to get a bit of a heads up, being a squire and all, or just head to the ground. The whole group of us were all like pretty ear to the ground on this one, trying to work out when they were going to drop. And the first thing I know is I see it on secondary for like $500 or $600. So gig was up. I thought, it's no point. And then I thought more about it, and I thought, fuck it, let's go. So I chucked the wieners in the car, and it was a nice day, and went out there this afternoon and managed to pick up the 10 and the 12. So first thing, this went to the Squire house, Motlow house there. Get this cool little bag, and then every year you get like a different cup or something like that. I joined too late to get the first one, but it's a cool little cup. It's got a Squire badge on it there, and it says on the back here, may your fields ever grow lush, may your cup ever be full, and may your path ever lead to Lynchburg. Here's to our Tennessee Squires. That's cool. Let me just get that piece of paper off Oscar before he... Come here. No, don't tear that up. Oh my God. He's going to be a pain in the ass. Okay. Yeah, so, okay, let's get into it and see what we've got in here. So we've got a Jack Daniel's batch 10. Jack Daniel's 10-year batch 4. And we got Jack Daniel's 12-year batch 3. So these two are seeped in here. So they came to the exact price of $210 for both of them. Nope. So it looks like the batch 12 was $102.28, and the batch 10, the 12-year was $102.28, and the 10-year was $89.50. So definitely prices have gone up a little bit from last year. I think the 12 was more like 90, and the 10 was more like 70. So like everything, it's gone up. So let's see if I can get this camera action working here. Get a close up on this thing here. So here's the 10. Got Chris Fletcher's signature there on the back. Batch 4. What's it say there? Man. One in a series of handcrafted selected batches. Got the little Jack Daniel's tag there with the White Rabbit bottle shop. 10-year-old. Batch 4, 97 proof. Distilled in Lynchburg, Tennessee. Limited edition. This one here. Hey, Brocco, how's it going, man? Age 12 years, batch 3. Mr. Well, not Chris. Is it Chris Fletcher? I think so, right? Yeah. Batch 12. 12 year, batch 3, 107 proof. So like I say, missed out on the 14 by about an hour. You know, because you're too far away there, Homer. It was really a last minute freaking just get in the car and go. There was no thinking, really, no thinking involved. So let's open these bad boys and see how they go. Well, they do have a great color. My God, you know. I think you see that on that last one, but oh. And where is this little tabby tab? Have to do that because they do not have any fingernails. Doctor's office. Well, what's up, Homer? Getting your vagina checked out. better not get told off. So yeah, 10 and 12. Let's pop these bad boys. Oh, America. Oh, that. It's got some banana. Let's leave that guy open. Let's give him a bit of a shake up first, actually. Get rid of the neck paw. So do people actually think it's the stuff that's in the neck? It's not, right? I hope people know it's just the stuff that comes out of the bottle first. It's not actually. Oh, this one's tight. Oh! Whoa. I have to get a bit of a... Oh! It's a tight cork. Oh, that was a weak pop, but only because I had to... That's tight. Tight. Just stuck there a little bit at the end. Oh, let's just sniff them out of the bottle. Just that great Jack Daniels nose. We're going to use the Squire glass. This is probably one of my favorite Glens. It's a bit dirty, but got to be used. But I'm going to use that for the 10 because what I have got here is I've got Jack Daniels 12 batch 2 and batch 1. So I can give that a bit of a blind. And the only glasses I have that are all the same are my house Glens. And that glass actually does things makes things taste a bit better. So let's just keep it all the same. Take it. Well, yeah. Well, I'll do it up. Yeah, I don't want to. Whoa. Yeah, that's got some typical Jack Daniels going on there, man. Ooh. They're very similar this year, but they're also. I remember when I first tried batch 1 of the 12, and it just didn't come off like a Jack Daniels to me at all. And I don't think these come off like a normal, like a 107 or even any of their batch proof ones. That is fantastic. Izzo, how's it going, man? How was Jamaica? That's just Jack Daniels. Just amazing stuff. Like, so I went to the distillery, and the guy that was handing out the bottles, and he had actually said he preferred, well, not handing out, but he's sort of like security or whatever. He said he preferred the 12 to the 14. And then when I talked to the lady, she said, the cashier, she was saying she was talking to actually one of the blenders, and he was the same way. He preferred 12 to the 14. So that's probably just because, you know, the 14 is probably pretty hot and pretty tannic for 14 years, but I think it'll be right up my alley. Hey, Matt, how's it going, man? Let's see, who did I miss? I'm not very good at this live stuff. I just thought this might be easier than doing a video. Prater, how's it going, man? Oh yeah, let's get back into this fucking camera action with my phone, because this is But look at that. Just gorgeous. Oh, they make some good stuff, man. Like, so excited for all the stuff coming out from Jack Daniels in the next year, or now, really. Should have been here, Prater. Should have been here. Yeah, like I say, this was all very rushed. This was literally like a the afternoon came. I didn't really even hear that these had dropped until I saw them on secondary for like $500. I'm like, what? And I'd actually know the guy who put them on secondary. So I texted him and said, hey man, what's going on? He said there was still some left, but it was going fast. And he said I might get there in time. And yeah, I missed it by 45 minutes. Wow, on the nose, the 10 definitely has that a slight more of that banana. The 12 does not. I also found that with batch 1. When I first drank batch 1, man, I didn't get any banana. But as it sat in the bottle, it came on. So whether it needs to sort of open up or not, I don't know. Where do you live, bourbon narcissist? But they both just got tons of caramel. Sweet brown sugars and carrots. So sweet. Typical Jack Daniels, man. I don't know how they make their stuff so sweet. So let's actually go in for a taste on the 10. Oh, wow. That is good. That banana does not come through on the nose at all. It doesn't doesn't really drink like a Jack Daniels at all. And that's what I really like about these 10 and 12s. They don't drink like Jack Daniels. So Frankie, that's going to be a bit of the problem. I don't have any more 10. I have, like I said, I do have batch 1 and 2 of the 12, which we'll blind here in a bit. But the 10, from memory, so I think batch 1 of the 10, and I do have a batch 1 of the 10. Let's go to camera B. So there's my collection, and everyone that's been here knows there's only certain amount of bottles that aren't open, and that's it. So it's a batch 1 and 2 of 10 and 12, but from what I can remember, the batch 1 of the 10 was not great. It was good for, and it was the first age-stated Jack Daniels thing came out, so it was like, holy shit, to say it was bad is not really the right words, but compared to the 12 that came out the following year, and then even batch 2 of the 10 didn't stand up to the 12 at all. But, man, batch 3 of the 10 was goddamn amazing. And actually, batch 3 of the 10, I would say, was probably better than batch 2 of the 12. So, yeah, hit the like button. And you know, it's hard because when I'm watching videos, I forget to hit the like button too. But I didn't get given these from Jack Daniels. Come on, Jack Daniels. Come on, man. Hook a brother up. There may be some other YouTubers. Hey, Matt. Awesome. There we go. Like that. Somebody else gave me a super chat that I have missed. Let's scroll back and see who that awesome was. Dig Night on the Rocks. Thanks for leaving me any time, Homer, man. You know I'll leave you behind anytime. God damn. So, information. This came from the Daryl, so got to be true. It was on Bourbon Social. So, Jack Daniels had a call with Chris Fletcher. So, there was writing on the wall, right? They had a thing this weekend, like an event where people started to say, have photos came out and people said, you know, check this out. A couple of them landed on secondary at like $800 and stuff. But then apparently, you know, we started to see YouTubers, more popular YouTubers than me, I guess, whatever. But they have reviews coming out today, so I've got reviews coming out too, but I had to get on my ass and drive and go and get them. But anyway, so the 14 year is 4,000 cases or 24,000 bottles. So I don't know how that relates to last year's 12, but I think it's pretty close to last year's 12. So that's probably a good thing. The 12 year has no release numbers, so that could be good, could be bad. But the 10 year is an international release now due to much higher quantity. No specific numbers, huge release. So if this is available, if that can somewhat be a shelfer for $90, oh man, that's good. Prater, the banana, it doesn't come across on the palate as strong as the nose. It's definitely there. It's definitely got that Jack Daniels, but it's not heavy like I like the Ryes and stuff. Yeah, I didn't get a bottle either. So that's pretty interesting. Batch 4 of JD's 10 is very different. Chris loves it, calls it red hard candy. Batch 3 of the 12 is much less oak and tannins, very different than last year. And then 14, who cares because we ain't got one. But yeah, no, that 10 is a solid drinker, and if it's anything like available, that's going to be good times. That's going to be a bottle everyone's going to want to keep on their shelves. Nice finish. Nothing to it, like 97 proof. It's not going to burn you up. It's not going to, blow you out. You're going to be able to sip on that. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Like, so for the 10 for $4, I'm guessing you mean 400. Yeah. I got to think all that's going about to change. I really do. Like Jack Daniels, if they really have put this out in an international type release, so it's going around the world, that could be a problem because they might not be able to get it into certain places, and they might be tariffed. So a lot of that stuff might come back. And I know everybody complains about the 700ml bottles, and we all know that saving that 50 mils adds up to a lot. So they're saving money, but in reality, the main reason is because you can't sell a 750ml bottle of alcohol over 45% in stores in Europe. In certain stores in Europe, it's not all stores, but I think it's like their convenience stores and stuff. There's all these rules, so they just call it 700ml. So they only need one bottle, and so that's it. Oh, Deck Night. I contacted my sources today about possible availability in East Tennessee. The distributor says yes and are going to get it. When? They don't know, and they have no idea how much they will get. Yeah, so I have heard through some of the contacts that the Jack Daniels distributor is in a bit of a mess in East Tennessee right now. So they weren't holding out hope that it was going to be sort of anytime soon. Oh, this one's definitely stepped up more into like a brown sugar. I'm on the nose. That banana is gone, and when I say that, I love the Jack Daniels banana. It's great, but when Jack Daniels doesn't have it, it's not like it's just gone. It gets replaced with these like brown sugars and even like back to like the cherry type stuff. Yeah, man. Hey, Izzo, is that your bar you're building that you posted a thing, or is that clients or something? That's freaking awesome. You come and build me a bar. All right, so on the nose, a lot less banana, but just a lot more spiky and a lot more brown sugars and definitely more oaky. Definitely more oaky. Way more oaky, but sweet oak. A real, not like a double oaked, really nice sweet oak, and shit, that drink's so far below its proof. I wouldn't even say that. I would say that was lower proof than that. That's pretty damn good. A lot longer finish. That oak hangs around for a lot longer. The basement bar is for a client. The unfinished, crazy looking speakeasy is mine. Yeah, it's always the way. Like mechanics never work on their own cars, and I guess construction guys never build their own bars. Yeah, now that's another great one. Obviously, the price on this one has gone up a bit, but still in this day and age, if you can get it for the MSRP. Man. But I really hope we get back there, right? I really hope that these guys there's enough out there that you can go somewhere to get them, and you don't have to be held bloody hostage by rip-off liquor stores. Mm. It's really good. They're both really good, and honestly, they're different too. Hey, Buck McAnderston. Damn, I wish I would have known we would have squatted up and drove over from chat. I've got batch 212 there last year. Only way to get... Yeah, Buck. It was, like I said, it was literally last minute decision. I fucking looked at my calendar and just fucking left. Yeah, man. See you, Brady. Like, subscribe, and comment. How do I have both? I went to the Lucky Chucky Lambs. I went to the distillery today. I missed out on, like I said, for those that came in a bit later, I missed out on the 14 by about 45 minutes. But they had plenty of, and you can check out my short. That was when I was there. At that point, they still had plenty of the 10s and the 12s. The MSRP on this was exactly $210 for both of them. So 102.28 and 89.5. And just a final recap, both fantastic. The 10 and the 12. I'm just actually going to pour a little bit more of that 10. I got too excited and drunk it all. Just to... Oh, why are these corks so fucking tight? Jesus. Jeebus. Just a little bit. Just a wee little bit. Yeah, man. The 10, once again, the 10 has way more of a standard sort of Jack Daniels note on the nose. What state you in, Chucky Alarms? I think the 10 is quite enjoyable. Quite enjoyable. Like I say, it's got more of that Jack Daniels note to it. It might, considering how hard the 12 might be and the 14 might be, that 10 is solid. And then the 12 is just a step up. I think if you like a little bit more oaken age, it is better. But man, they're both so good. Yeah, Kansas. I've heard that can be a little bit hit and miss out there. But man, honestly, the 12 drinks lower proof than the 10. John, drink one for me. Just did, buddy. How's it going? Jimmy Pickens. Oh, man, yeah, he should have. I tried to post as soon as I knew, but, oh, man, I missed out. I was on the 14 on the actual one I was hunting, but, oh, man. So I wish I could give you more thoughts on the Jack 14 because I don't get it, but, man, it's got to be good. And like I was saying before, I talked to a couple of people at the distillery, and everyone I've sort of talked to said, everyone that they've talked to, so this is secondhand knowledge, said they actually preferred the 12 over the 14. So I don't know what that means about the 14, but the 14 is 126 proof. So, you know, like this drinks so far below its proof. Like it's only 107. I say only, but it drinks really smooth. Thick Night 210, so 210 for both. I should put it up there a bit better. 210 for both, 102.28 for the 12, and 89.50 for the 10. So definitely a price increase from last year, but what hasn't, right? So now let's give it a bit of a true taste test. So there's this guy, which is, these are very sticky corks. Like seriously, this is ridiculous a little bit. The flying. What the hell? Yeah, something not right with that. So apparently, who was I talking to? I think Daryl does there's a stuff that you put on the glass that helps the cork slide in, but they didn't use good stuff or something. I don't know. I'll flip that there. And then this is the house one, this is the house one. So this is batch 3. This is batch 2. Jack Daniel's 12 batch 2. This is why it's always good to just have samples of your stuff and just save them. Especially when you have a YouTube channel and people are like, hey, how does it? I don't have any 10s, but I don't know why. I probably just didn't save 10 because, you know, you're like, why bother? So batch 1, which has always been my favorite. And I got these little things from Prater, who's gone, but so we'll put A on that one, B on that one, C on that one. All right. How am I going to mix these up? I need a little spinny thing, but you know, I don't think you guys understand how bad my memory is. I'm 40 fucking whatever years old. I already have no absolute idea where things are. I'm not a fucking magician, you guys. So you guys probably know because you watched it, but I don't think I have any idea. So I'll take these little things, put them down here. So yeah, so one of the things that that'll be a bit different here is just how long they've been open now. These were sampled down into small sample bottles at some point, but yeah, this fresh crack versus not. So this wasn't going to be the video for tonight. I actually have one spooled up of our new riff pick. Me and Charles from That Bourbon Dude and Tim from Bourbon Chronicles went to New Riff, picked a really great barrel. I was able to get at least enough for my members as of right now. So yeah, it was New Riff's doing some crazy good shit. Local score is getting a big drop this Friday. Fingers crossed. Hello, Dick Knight. Yeah, which store there? Jiminy Pickens. So on the nose. Oh man, so good. They're all so good. That's a pretty decent price at Fruit Bat. yeah, you know, keep that. You keep it close to your chest. Otherwise, you'll have all sorts of hooligans. Oh man, that's tough to pick. Oh yeah, yep. So if Fruitback had the 12 for $2.97 and the 10 for $2.49, I'd definitely go the 12. But they don't ship to Tennessee though, do they? And even if they do, you probably don't want them to ship to Tennessee. So honestly, on the nose, batch 1, 2, and 3 of Jack Daniel's 12, they're all fucking great, and they're all very similar. Like, I think this one's a little bit more muted than the other two, but the same general fucking oaky Jack Daniel's goodness. So let's try this one. So good. So good. Yeah, 700 mils. And I think we have to get over it. Everyone's going to go 700 mils. It's sort of like they're going to play it off like they have to do it for Europe. And I think they do. Because why would you want to make a bottle that's 700 and then another bottle that's 750? But we all also know why they're doing it. This one is a bit more muted on the nose. Oh, the batch 2 12 years. Both batch 2, the 10 and the 12 are both batch 2, because this is batch 3 and 4. So a batch 2 10-year, that's quite old. But that makes sense. I wouldn't have thought liquor stores would have had these out today. Oh, it's so hard. It's so good, man. But I think this one, actually, the muted nose one, had a bit more of a punch to it, and the old palate and the old chest finish. And this one here that had that slight more banana flavor was a little bit more muted on the palate. But they're all, honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pick. I'm definitely not going to try and pick which one was the new one. Yeah, so where do you guys think where do you guys think we're going with this bourbon thing? You think this year's going to be a bit of a reckoning? Price is going to come down for once? It'd be really good if next year these things haven't gone up in price and they've leveled off or at least come back down. Yeah, people don't like giving thumbs up. People don't like giving me a thumbs up. Or give me a thumbs down. How's about giving me a thumbs down? Tom, how's it going, Tom? Michigan. It's cold up there. It's actually warming. And that was the other thing. It was such a great drive. I don't know if you guys have been out to Tennessee, but it's in a nice spring day. It's hard to beat East Tennessee. I like your setup, brother. Yeah, thanks, Grados. Do you roll the R? I can't. Wow, this is going to be real tough. That one is good. Great nose, slightly muted palate compared to the rest. This one's slightly muted nose, but more spicier on the palate. Oh yeah, you're up in Columbus, aren't you, Homer? Yeah, I picked up. So I prices on secondary have started to come down. So I got those Jack Daniels. So these cost me $210. I picked up a Jack Daniels 12 and 10 on secondary, batch 1 for $275. So, you know, that's not bad. And I picked up this. Now let me get the camera in on this bad boy. We're gonna do a video on this guy. Blends or single barrels? No, so these are batches. Yeah, these are batches, John. Yeah, man, come on up here, Tennessee, Matt. It is real. It's such a nice part of the world. So this is a Joseph Magnus, but it is batch 65, and it is 65.47 proof, and this has 14 and 20 year MGP in it. Like, look at the color on that son of a bitch. So this is Nancy in her prime, right? And I got this on secondary for $275. Like, what is a Joseph Magnus MSRP? Like 200, and you get it for like 240 in most places. So this is what I'm hoping secondary turns into, man. Like, you can pick up these old things that people just didn't want. So I'm going to put that up against that, the old Tanager, and do an old versus new Nancy Fraley fight. Oh man, Inception. Yeah, Joseph Magnus is 100% a blend. And not only is it a blend, it's a cigar blend. So it is whiskeys that have been put through so straight bourbon whiskey finished in Armagnac, sherry, and cognac casks. And Nancy Fraley, she invented this stuff, and it is fantastic. And I've had a few of the newer ones, and they're really good. But that older one, I can't wait. Yeah, blends are like single barrels are good, batches and blends. You know, it just all really depends on what sort of stuff. You should talk to Homer about batches. He loves batches. So I don't know if I can pick. And this one's different again. If I had to pick, and I do, unfortunately. It's so close. Yeah. So I'm going to go 1. Oh. 2, 1, 2, 3, and it is so like this is pulling hairs really. So the third one is B. So third one is the middle one, which is obviously batch 2. So one, no, sorry, that's the third. Yeah, third one is batch 2. So we got, and that makes sense. Batch 1 and batch. See you, Jimmy. Yeah. So A was number 1, and C was number 2. So hey, I gave it to 2020. This batch 3, right? Right. I think so. I think that was right. It was A was the new one, and B. So B was definitely batch 2, and then A and C might have to check the cameras. But regardless, batch 1 was my favorite. So this one is either better than or almost as good as batch 1. So which blend is that, Magnus? It is MGP. So they've always blended MGP, but they right now they're probably using, you know, they were using only down to 8-year, 9-year MGP, the stuff that everybody can get. But back in the day when Nancy first started, she was blending up some like 20. This has got 20-year-old MGP. Now the story is that MGP was a bit funky. Wasn't, because otherwise nobody's going to put a 20-year MGP into a blend. But they did, and it was sort of because it was a little bit funky. So. Oh man. So anyway, I think. Oh, what batch? You mean what batch? 65. So apparently they're up to batch 380 something, I think, right now. So yeah, it's one of the earlier ones. If you could have to choose all the batches of 12 and 10, which one are you drinking on the regular? Ooh, that's what I'm saying about this new batch 10. Like if it's out in decent quantities that you can get, oh man, that's going to be a fantastic regular drinker. $90 regular drinker, so not super cheap. But if the stories are true and it's a big enough, and it's Jack Daniels, they should be able to release a 10-year in enormous quantities. They should be able to swamp the market. As a special everyday sipper, the 12 obviously is good, and obviously after this, either batch 1, which is it's getting harder and harder to find, but this new guy is. And that'll be the other thing, like with the 14, everyone's going to be hunting the 14, so hopefully like me, I couldn't get a 14, there's still plenty of 12s, so maybe there'll be more 12s for everybody, and that's really good. You know what I got to do now? So I got the Squire glass. You know what that Squire glass looks like? It's too big for whiskey. It's too small for beer. But we can make one of the. I'm not about to put Russell's Reserve 15 into a stew. But let's make a very expensive Jack Daniels and Coke. You can check after the stream, but I think A was batch 3. Yeah, that's what I think too, Donald. Yeah, that's what I think too. So A1, yeah, that's what I think too. So yeah, so the new one is actually better than batch 1. Now, fresh crack, and like I say, the thing with batch one is when I first had it, it blew my mind. And then when I went back to it probably 6 months later, I didn't find it as good for whatever reason. Like it had just changed more. The banana flavor had come in because when I first had batch one, it was sort of like, whoa, this is so different than Jack Daniels. There's no banana. It won my whiskey of the year. So got to create traction somehow, Dave, and seems to piss people off. Yeah, well, this might piss people off. I hope so. So let's use some Jack Daniels 12. Where you going, Oscar? Where you going, little buddy? Oh, what the is up with these corks, man? How do you guys drink your Jack and Cokes? Jack and Coke was my go-to forever, right? Like that is, oh, that's how I got into whiskey. I couldn't drink. I couldn't drink whiskey like straight. That was ridiculous. So me and my buddy Adam, we just slammed massive quantities of Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola. And yes, it's Coke Zero because nobody needs all the sugar that's in Coke. Amy would snap that cork right off. Yeah, bet she would. But they're really stuck in there, and they're stuck in there up the top. You got to give them a bit of a wiggle. So anyway, Jack 12 and Coke. There's something about Jack and Coke, and everything I've tried, like, there's a video around, and James made a Coy Hill and Coke, and it was disgusting. Phone Man. I hope you're right. So many will be looking for that 14, 10, and 12. Yeah, I really hope so too. No, sugar is bad. No, sugar is good. Don't get me wrong. But it's high fructose. It's not sugar. It's fucking corn. And yeah, okay, I'm drinking bourbon, so just shut up, Dave. But yeah. Okay, let's go. Jack 12 and Coke. On the nose. Smells like 2-day-old Coke. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. There's something about fucking Jack and Coke. Like, it does not get any better. Needs a little more Coke. Jack and the Coke. But Jim Beam and Coke, Johnny Walker and Coke, Buffalo Trace and Coke. There's just nothing that does a Jack and Coke. If you want a Jack and Coke, you need Jack. Simple as that. Now, did I ruin it? Yes. Do I like it? Of course I do. Would I do it again? No. But what's the worst thing you guys are putting in Coke? Like, I think this is what I've always found with the sort of fancier Jack Daniels and Coke. It's not worth it. They don't have that bite of Old Number 7. And when you put, and really a Jack and Coke is not 12 and Coke. It isn't. It's Old Number 7 and Coke, and it makes a huge difference because Old Number 7 is just, it's got that bite, it's got that tannicness. It's just fantastic. Yeah, so that's about it. Nice and short one. I know these things should probably go longer, but what else you got to say? It has to be Old Number 7. Yeah, it does. Boom. Old Number 7. I'll show you my wiener. Who wants to see my wiener? Let's go get him. Oscar, come on, bud. Yeah, but come on here. Come on up over here. He's got huge, probably the biggest white wiener you guys have ever seen. Yeah, no, he's pretty cool, man. He started peeing. He gets really excited. He loves people, just fucking loves them, and he sees them and just gets so excited. He starts peeing, which is a little bit awkward because it makes a mess of stuff. And He loves Amy, eh? Love Amy. You hate Josh. I mean, you hate fucking Homer. Amy's cool. But yeah, we took him to Jack Daniels today. Him and Annabelle. They were pretty good. Slept in the car, and then we went to the Squire house, which is where I got my Squire cup. If you didn't see the start of the video, it's pretty cool. It's got the Squire logo on the front, and may your fields ever grow lush. May your cup ever be full. May your path ever lead to Lynchburg. Here's to our Tennessee Squires. The Tennessee Squire is such a cool organization. I'm so stoked I'm a part of it. I think our whole little group has sort of all nominated everybody else, so I think we're all in there. So we all need to go up to the Wooter hunt. Hunt us a Wooter. Yeah. So that's it. Long story short, both amazing whiskies. The 12 is definitely a little bit more of the classic oaky, oakiness, and drinks well below its proof. And you can, and when something drinks below its proof, it's sort of like, it's a sign of like it's been set in the barrel a little bit longer and it's got like a little bit higher quality. But the 10, man, the 10 is a bit of a sleeper, and I think if it becomes anything like available, it'll be a great bottle to get. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Nice short thing. Like, subscribe, comment, and all that other stuff. Got it out there. There's some other YouTubes going on that I'm probably going to watch right now that actually got the 14 because I didn't get it. I wish I did. But I think the what's the average drinker? They're great people. This is their pick from Barrel King, and it's a rye, so good. So yeah, go over, check them out. And I think Bruzel's got one going. It was going to be a bit of a hard pull because it's always tough. My lives don't really get many views, but it saves me doing a video. And watch out, on probably Thursday I'll release my new riff video. It's a long one, but it's cool. They take you all through the barrel house and the rick house of New Riff, which is so amazing. It smells so good. Like John Prater always used to say, the smell of New Riff was incredible, and it really is. And I think it's because they do all that crazy mash bills. Like even when we were there, they were doing a Dunkel wheat mash. So you know, all these crazy mash bills. It's so fucking cool. And the bottles we picked are amazing. It came down to a rye and 2 of these ryes. And I've got to remember, these are 95.5, like 95 frickin' rye, 5% malted rye, so 100% rye. And these things drink like a bourbon. And people like Charles from that bourbon dude might say, let's go with the rye. But no, because yeah, it is a rye, but how cool is a rye that drinks sweet like a bourbon? Hey, Anthony, I'm going to Cincinnati tomorrow. Yeah, man, go to New Riff. Go to New Riff and pick up Homer a Silver Grove, because I forgot. Dick Knight put out a video. They're trying to get in my fucking shit. Yeah. You know what? I forgot, man. Like I was busy. And then I thought I'd go back, and I thought you were driving right past. I didn't think you'd be there. Yeah, and that's the thing about New Riff. Like, so their Silver Grove is 4 years old, and all their barrel picks have been 4 years old up until now. These are the very first of the 6-year barrel picks, and oh my god, they're so good. And then at the end of the barrel pick, the lady brought us out some of the 10-year-old stuff. And when it comes to 10 years, man, their stuff is just gonna blow people away. So yeah, Anthony, if you're in New Riff, the Silver Grove bourbon. The rye's good too, but maybe start with the bourbon. They have a lot of weird mash bills, but what you can do is go upstairs and get a pour of all of them. And the coolest thing about the New Riff is when you do a barrel pick, and we only bought half a barrel, so we only bought 90 bottles. It wasn't that expensive, but you get this challenge coin. And then for the rest of my life, I can take this challenge coin to their bar in New Riff and get a free drink and like 10%, 10 or 15% off all their merchandise. And one thing to get at New Riff is aged in ore, because you can get aged in ore at New Riff almost cheaper than you can get on their aged in ore website. And if you have a barrel pick fucking coin, you get even 15% off that. So they're super cool, man. They were great people, and yeah, can't wait to see what they're doing. Yeah, thanks, guys. So yeah, I wanted to stop, but it's free time. Wow, Homer, sort shit out, bud. So yeah, yeah, everyone, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time. And long story short, Jack Daniel's fucking amazing. Go Tennessee, go Vols. Thanks everybody. Thanks members. Thanks all the members. You guys are fucking great. And I got you all guys a bottle of my pick. So watch the video coming out on Thursday for all that went down and the tater sticker and all that. I got some wax. I'm gonna try and dip it in wax. You guys are gonna be pissed because that's gonna be a bitch to get out, but it is what it is.